Greetings, my Droog and my Droogs. And I am, of course, Steve from Steve's Vintage Radio Longstay Workshop. And I just had my Moloko, so I'm all psyched up and ready to go. I say that because this is a radio which is not a common make. It's a Beethoven. If you look at the dial, actually, I'll bring it in a minute so you see. It actually has musical notes on the dial. Seriously. Now, I know with sets like this, there's people who want to know how to get in them, so that will do first. Back, of course, 4 screws and off it comes. I'll come to that. But underneath here, if I have to put it on its end for you. Like that. There are screws there, you see underneath. You see them? 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have to come out as well. Now, as far as getting sets apart go, some have 4 screws here, some don't. And on top of that, another thing that I will mention is that this radio, these 4 knobs here too have to come off, because you've got to get the set out of the case, okay? Now, in some sets you do, in some sets you don't, and this one you do. Generally speaking, although always there are exceptions, these sets of this era, the glass on the dial does not have the knobs in it, and in which case they have to come off so that the radio innards come out the back. And out the back means out this way. So now, if I'll turn it round for you, like so. That's the back. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there's 2 missing, but they do seem to be enough to hold it together. This appears to have been restored before, but don't take that as a read. Always check and make sure that the thing is okay before you start going inside it and checking. Always make sure that it is okay, especially if you're putting a set like this into use, because if you are, then you need to be sure that it's okay first. Don't forget, of course, with anything like this, put it on a strip, of course, and when you're not in the room, unplug it completely. Anyway, that's it. It is a Beethoven radio, model number, I can't see actually. Okay, well, I'll find out for you on that one. It's not on the back. It might be on the chassis. So we'll come to that. But to this dial here, I'll just come in so I can have a quick look at the dial, because it is actually rather interesting. As I said, here's the dial in question, and if you look, you see musical notes, you see, and also bass and treble clef there as well. So the fancy Beethoven radio is quite nicely carried on like that as well. This set, by the way, is interesting because it's I'm not sure yet which version this is. There are 2 versions of this set, and I know which one it is. These are, of course, another short super het, which I did one recently. Now, sets of this era with a short super het in them, they use either an EBL31 or a CBL31. Now, EBL31s are rare. CBL31s, again, they're rare. And so what do you do when they don't work well? Hopefully this one does. I hope that hopefully this one does. But if it doesn't, we've got a problem on our hands. So we'll just see. So there we go. On it goes. And of course at that stage we've got the problem of waiting for it to warm up, like so. Lights are on, I see. Ah.
It's so nice to watch the little 1-2s off each other. They must be an absolute nightmare for defenders.
That'll be 5, that'll probably be 5 live, that.
For the better. I do it every single day and I absolutely love it. It makes me a happier person, a stronger person, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
So life-saving for Hannah then. We're going to speak to her after 6:30 alongside 61-year-old Trish 10 from Cheltenham, who holds a world record for the snatch movement.
That's worth knowing, actually. So let's have a look what happens on the other bands, shall we? I noticed, by the way, that it's got a little bit of hum, so passages may need to be changed on this. Okay, this way around. Again, there's not very much, so you know, a little amount on medium wave, which is out of place slightly, and nothing on the other 2 bands. So there you are with that. Okay, there then. That's where we're starting from. So now, take the back off and take a look inside. There doesn't seem to be a model number on this, which means that we're very much on our own here. And it doesn't have the C series valves in either, and nor does it have an EBL31. 6V6, Mullard EBC, and the frequency change is something like, let's have a look, it's K7G. Now that means therefore that perhaps this has been played with or modified to work with something other than in EBL or CBL31. I don't know. I really don't know. It has been worked on before. That's pretty obvious. And yeah, I think it has. I'm not sure yet about that, but I think it might have a field coil on it. I don't know. Again, I don't know about absolute sure just yet. I don't think it has, but we've always make sure. So yeah. So this set and this diagram that I got specially don't match. Yeah, it happens sometimes, and when it does, you're on your own. This is when your knowledge of radio sets and how they are, and what they do and how they do it comes to its own, because at this stage we know it's a short super head, we know that, but what we don't know is diodes are in there rather than in there, obviously. That is the same on all sets of this kind, even the short ones. Most of them have a valve for yeah. This one, it doesn't appear. It doesn't. Hang on a minute. There's another one here as well behind me. So obviously it's not what I thought it was. So that's obviously shows how good my eyesight is, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a standard 5 valve radio. This not what I thought it was going to be. But never mind. Again, it doesn't match this. So again, we are to a certain extent on our own here. Rectifier, output, pentode or tetrode. Doesn't matter which one really. That's the diodes and the first audio. That's obviously going to be IF, and this one here is going to be frequency changer. So that's how this is going to work in this case. Looks like I've been at the Moloko too much. It is, yeah, like I said, a full super here. I've actually looked at some of the circuits actually for it, and it appears to be, I think, I don't know, I just think, it appears to be a A3348, which is a Beethoven of Montague radio inventions in London and Manchester. The valves in it are 6K8, 6K7, 6G7, 6V6 and 5Z4. Now what can that tell us? Well, first of all, I'd like to add that sets like this, there are two heater ones on the transformer. One for 5 volts for the rectifier and one for 6.3, everything else. These of course put the rectifier with a direct heated cathode. So the cathode is at 5 volts AC and the HT comes off from there with DC. That's how that works, okay? Now then, that then goes to the smoothers, which are here, and I think they might be the wrong side because it was actually making some interesting noises, but we'll see about that. I might leave them, might not. But I noticed that it has had a number of capacitors changed on this already. So what we do, yeah, okay, it's things that it should be and things that it shouldn't. But down here, of course, there's one which has to be changed, and I hope to God it's that one, because if not, then it's not being changed, and that is not really a good idea. That's loose there actually. So down here, there's one which has to be. It might be that one. I'll just check. What we do in this situation, of course, is we go and we say, right, okay, let's get the pinouts for that valve, the pinouts for the output valve and the one before it, which is actually this NECH NECBC35, I think it is, and that which is the output valve, which is going to be something like a 6V6. So what we do is we find out if that cap has been changed. It might be that one, but find out if that's been changed. If it hasn't, we change it, and then we'll try it again, and we'll see if it works on all bands. This one actually, because it's a transformer set, it's easy to fit one of the Bluetooth modules in, of course. So if you want to do that with this, then you can. It's not something I do, but it's something that some people do. So yeah, don't look at that at all. But anyway, so yeah, all that. Okay, right. Well, yeah, okay. I get hold of the the pinouts for those two valves and have a look, and also the circuit which is on my phone here, and it's simple thing to find out which capacitor it is and find out whether it's been changed or not. Now with these valves, of course, with the tab pointing to the bottom, It go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've seen that before. It's the same with these. So, yeah. Anyway, basically, you have a 47k resistor and this capacitor here, which has been changed. So obviously, it's okay. That there and that there at the top of the picture, you see. So that's been changed, which is good. That'll leave that. That's okay. What else? Yeah. Tone control is here, and it's there. The volume control is here, and that seems to be okay as well. See, he's actually done it the way I do with the straight but and also make a mechanical connection first. That's important. That's important. That I must admit, I must put that a bit away from there. That's yeah. That really should have had some heat shrink over it, but it's only tone control, so it doesn't matter that much. So the other thing, of course, is up here. These capacitors seem to have been changed as well. Now, one of them is the 80. That is the, as you see, that one's there. Okay, so that one there. Now, I think with all that in mind, we shall plug this back in and see what we get. I've not done anything to this at all, actually, apart from taking it apart. So if it does something wrong, it's not me. Oh, it shouldn't be, but there you go. Also notice it's got a good long wire between the chassis and the speaker, which has a maintenance fob on it, so that's good as well. Anyway, let's see what it not doing it right like that, is it? I notice also, by the way, with the volume control down, it goes away. So whatever that is, it looks like it's probably going to be a slight heater cathode short on one of the valves. So yeah. By the way, while we're here, by the way, how to check if a valve is set is short circuit, it is parallel or series on the heaters. It's a pull one out, like this one here. I'm taking out the IF valve, yeah, and the rest of them are still lit, as you can see. I'm probably here, so therefore we know that it's going to be a parallel set radio. So there you go. Anyway, let's put some knobs on here and see if it'll tune in the station again when this valve is put back in, of course. Now these valves, what you do, you spin them round, and at one point they should go back in. That's where they're built. And by the way, also try and, particularly when pulling them out, pull them out by the base, not the top of the valve. Okay, that's on there. And so turn to medium wave and see what we get.
Manchester City to show what they're made of in the business end of this campaign. Brighton have lost. Straight Premier League title, kick-off coming in less than 10 minutes time. You're listening to Kick-Off.
And that, by the way, was without the an aerial, so it's pretty good this.
Your business.
But as far as alignment is concerned, if I that's worrying. That's very worrying, that actually.
The best Premier League club should be Derby of Liverpool. I think there will. Brilliant, especially those games. Say, you know, I think you can't help but take notice of it. Also, I mean, everybody's going about how. Ensure that I am on my P's and Q's right now to ensure I get
That's
to the next round.
out as well, that's Radio 5.
Round by round. I try not to take the ball. Okay, now semi-finals later, finals. No. I stop living the moment. Get through this round first.
It's a nice ending radio, but
I used to be what my mom and my coach used to call me back in the dark horse, where people wouldn't expect you to do anything and then here you show up. That's always something I've enjoyed, especially being a youngster coming up in the
yeah, right.
I've always been this skinny guy.
That's there. Yeah.
See guys who are way bigger than me, and
It's there.
I used to think, oh my God, this guy's bigger than me. If I'm making, he's gonna beat me, you know. And, but it goes on, I'm sure I get the best start. But here comes
if I turn it round, you see.
This is what comes into my head now, and that's what
Listen.
in the performances you're seeing now.
It's here.
As I go back, I've tapped back into the
So,
days where I used to really.
A quick soldering session needed there. Okay.
Oh, I need to get this. I need to get that. I just go in and enjoy the moments, and that's
also
that's when you get the best.
Before you start looking about
with
trimmers and that, check the station is on the right place on the dial.
Yeah.
Have you done that this year?
And the stick, the pointer, is actually pointing the right way. A silly thing, I know, but always make sure, because, you know, you might align it wrong because of that, so always make sure. You do that, that's simply. Then this end and see where it ends up. Yeah. It's a little bit, but not that much. Little bit, but not that much. And the other way. Okay, so going back this way.
In a Pep Guardiola type way, you know, he's asking his centre half to be playing in their own
It's
box.
still not right, so it's not exactly right, this. So I think we're looking at a basic alignment here. Now, when you've not got the manual and alignment details for a radio. First thing you look at is find out what the IF is, yeah, and get that right using the IF pots. The IF pots, by the way, I'll just turn this round. The IF pots are these here, which actually are not been touched. So so if that is okay, then we're looking at the pots on here, which are the ones for the RF side of it, which might be a little bit off. I don't think this needs realigning very much. There's this shortwave, it's on a meter probe and nothing else. There's not a lot on top of it, but there are things to be had. So obviously it's alive. As you can tell from this. Now the medium wave band is equally alive in its own way.
Which came on 23 minutes. There was a lovely curling effort with his left foot by Lucas.
That's talk radio, so at least, well, that's under some, you know, if you like football. Coming down here. Again, the radios like this do need a good outdoor aerial, but that is for Liverpool. That's not too bad.
Rangers 2, Leeds United 0. Thank you. Thanks for that.
Don't know what that is.
It's half time. Yeah, QPR 2, Leeds United. I don't think this is how Daniel Farke envisaged this game panning out. Rangers have been excellent.
But this set is obviously very sensitive at any rate. So I think this one can stay as it is, quite frankly. Again, I've taken it apart. I've had a good look. It's all right. I've redone a few connections. So I don't know really what else really that we could do apart from possibly that. What is that? Oh dear. It's a bit busware, but it seems to work okay. So I don't get too bad. The valves in these do get warm, but there's no capacitors in there getting them warmer than they should be. If I was to turn the set round slightly so you can see, like that. On second thoughts, like that. Like that, there we are. See, everything looks to be okay. I've resoldered that there, that's okay now. Don't see a lot else that needs to be done with this actually. And the cable is alright. It's not by any means ideal, but it's all right, and it's so I can leave that. So really, it's a case of putting this thing back together again and putting it back into use. So what I'll do, I shall do just that. So this set is now ready to go back into use. Now I know what it is like, you know. Yeah. So again, put it the right way up on the table, and now one thing with these, also by the way, with the screws at the bottom, is that there's more than one way of sorting this. What I like to do is get the thing in the case like that, and look underneath and put a screw in and hopefully it'll go through the cabinet and the chassis as well. If it does, then we're okay. If it doesn't, then you know, muck around until it does. You could put it on its front, but I prefer also, by the way, not to have wires to at the front. There we go. Watch for that, by the way. So now this Beethoven radio is now ready to play people again some Beethoven. The fifth or the first of my Droogs. And here is the setting question. Actually, we're receiving off the shortwave band here, so it's. That is, well, there you go. That's on shortwave with a meter probe stuck in the back. These need a much stronger aerial than that to work well, but this is certainly doing pretty good for such a small aerial.
Delivery, and you know, I think we will always.
That's 5 Live. That's Curry FM or AM.
Race and relegation, not so much, but Palace now 4 games unbeaten in the league under Oliver Glasner. Right, we have a lot more to get through because we're going to look ahead to a huge.
So that is now a working, a healthy radio again. There was before actually. There wasn't very much wrong with it. Somebody's had a bit of scrape at the top, not me, but somebody else has. I'll see what can be done with that. But electronically, this is a very good receiver actually, and it works extremely well. So until next time, good luck whatever you're doing, and well, see you soon. Bye bye. Let's go out with some speed, shall we? When it.
Uno is now available in the McDonald's Happy Meal. So let's see who can shout Uno first.